French fried rutabaga.
All right, friends, neighbors, and all of our imaginary grandchildren in the future, it's time for Bingo is Life.
Yay! Unbelievable.
The podcast. I'm Jay Zare. I'm personal friends with Mick Jagger. Over here, Caddy Wampus to me. They're personal friends with Mick Jagger's hairdresser, the Hattie Shaw brothers.
Hey,
Amos and Mike. And to my right, one of the only Dan Easley's.
I'm Dan Easley.
Sorry, I blew that introduction.
Do it again.
At the other end of the table
is Dan Easley.
is not Dan Easley. She is a good egg 107% of the time. The artist formerly known as Mum Shackles.
Hi.
Still known as Mum Shackles.
I'm a kind of a rotten egg. It's a good thing you're on that end of the table, let's just say, because I had some beans for dinner. Thank you.
All right, everybody, take it away before I do a 15-minute monologue on the Bronze Age collapse in the Quarry Heights.
Yeah, we had a fantastic bingo tonight.
Yes, you did.
How did it go?
That's so good.
You know what? There was 15 people here tonight.
Yeah.
And those 15 people had a pretty good time.
I think they had a great time.
I was about to get a bingo, and that little boy beat me by
He killed.
in the first four.
He killed. So the last game of the evening, you have a chance to win $150, and the kid who won literally got like the first four numbers.
The first four numbers we called.
Yeah, and
I've never seen it before.
And the free space, and he was like, "Got it."
I thought you were going to have to do the heartbreak thing.
I did too. I thought he was going to cry.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
crying.
I'm good at that at this point.
So did he bowl?
He did.
He did.
And how was that?
He cried.
The bowling's where the...
He did a gutter ball, but he almost got a strike on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one was really
Second
good.
one. Yeah.
Solid.
It wasn't bad.
Solid. Man.
So yeah, it was a good night. It was fun.
All right. So.
Anything going on this weekend?
Oh, a little something.
What's going on this weekend, Chris Hattie Show?
Man,
What?
I could not be more excited about Friday night at Restless Moons Brewery. There's going to be, now I did the count. This is crazy. There are 49 different musicians
Yeah, that's
playing.
right. 49.
49 different musicians are playing.
And Jay's there.
No, you're one of the 49. You're one of the 49. And the logistics of that are incredible. And they've just recently been on my shoulders the last couple. In fact, I had my first relatively bad sleep night because of it.
Good.
But
that's how you know you care.
It's good. We're good. We're ready. In fact, we'll get to our special guest.
Well, tell
here
them
in
what
just
it
a
is.
moment.
It's a tribute to the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it's a tribute to the Rolling Stones, and it's
So it's 49 musicians getting together to sing songs by the Rolling Stones.
That's correct.
At Restless Moons.
At Restless Moons.
And when is it?
This Friday night.
This Friday.
And that's
7:30?
September the 6th.
7
o'clock.
7 o'clock.
And in fact, you're going first, Dan.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, and sharp. 7 o'clock sharp to be there.
I'm always sharp.
Yeah, he's a sharp-dressed man. He wants to
right.
be sharp, and he wants to play so that he can go back to his fiddler's convention.
I
Well, there's
know.
that
So if
too,
you
yeah.
want to see Dan Easley, you got to be there at 7 o'clock sharp because he's not sticking around. Because he's way cooler than the rest of us. But
Well, I didn't
know?
say that. I didn't say that.
no. We
He
don't
just
let you
knows it.
anymore.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce
Hold
to
on.
you. What? Oh, my God.
We have
Forgive me.
another unexpected notion with Dan Easley.
Pardon me, boys.
You're fine.
Is that the Chattanooga Choo? Is it? Is it? I need to know! Is it the train, man? I'm Dan Easley.
That was another unexpected notion with Dan Easley.
We've decided to find it cute.
If you live in Harrisonburg and are downtown Harrisonburg, you will know when the train is coming because it honks at every intersection for
That's true.
safety.
Good.
It's good. Do you know that song, Chattanooga? Pardon me, boys. Is that the chat? See, I was riffing on that old.
You know what?
tune.
I didn't.
Bring in the guest.
We'll leave that song in the notes if you're like, what the heck is he talking about?
Oh, yeah. Leave it in the notes.
Bring in the
Yeah.
guest before she takes off.
All right.
Yeah, she's leaving. She's throwing in the towel.
No.
I don't know why she brought a towel.
Why did you bring a towel?
Come
Kelly?
on.
always bring
This
a
is a
towel.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
So, fun fact. This is what I'll just throw out. This is how I know Kelly. So Kelly was. I think she was a freshman when you were a senior, Mike.
Is that right?
Is that true? No, sophomore. sophomore when you were a senior.
I don't do math. But
Yeah, yeah.
that's good.
Okay, so
sounds right.
I first saw Kelly when Mike was in musicals at Turner Ashby High School, and she was a part of some of the same musicals that you guys were in, and that's the first time I ever saw her sing.
Okay.
But since then, I've seen her sing a bunch of times. We've played music together over a couple different of these fun tribute nights, and I could not be more excited that her and Crystal Armentrout will be singing at My Ragged Company on Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kelly May Greene.
Thank you so much for the nice
Welcome aboard.
warm welcome. Thank you.
Oh no, thank you. You're awesome.
Bingo was super fun for me. It was my first time, and I already texted my girlfriend, was like, "We're coming every Tuesday."
It's pretty stupid.
It is silly. It's silly.
There's usually more people here.
I didn't care. I thought it was a crowd, and I was purely entertained.
Oh,
Yeah.
No matter
I'll be
how
back.
big the crowd is, the event and the space itself are so overstimulating that it feels like there are people there.
Chris and Mike are
They
overstimulated.
sure are. That's the Howdy Shell way.
I love it.
right. That's
I
right.
enjoyed every moment.
That's why our wives just
White
can't
fire.
get enough.
I mean, if you had to con me to do a podcast just to come to Bingo, you didn't have to even do that. I would have just come.
That's great. So thank you again for being a part of our show.
Thank
I
you.
was so bummed that I could not be at y'all's practice that you guys had the other evening. My son, which it's going around, got COVID, so I felt it was
Oh,
the best.
no.
Yeah,
He's
it was-
okay now,
He's
though.
okay now.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, kids.
Can he play Friday?
Bounce
Oh yeah,
back.
yeah. Oh yeah, he's 100% fine. But I decided it would be best for me not to be around people for a while. And I missed it, but I got to see some videos.
The
and man,
videos,
that was
yeah.
super cool.
Look, let me tell you, the talent just in the basement.
Was Russell there with you?
Yeah.
Russ was there.
Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Russell was
Russell,
there.
yes. The
Playing
great
piano.
keyboard. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
He didn't say a word.
No.
Yeah.
The whole
That's
time.
his MO.
Yeah.
Didn't say a word.
Christian
We
and
had
Mike
him-
talk.
How could he say a word?
But everyone else just.
No, yeah.
Did you get the song you wanted?
Actually, no. It was like my third choice, but I
Ooh,
listen,
drama.
listen. I am not a Rolling Stone song hoarder. I will share the love. So I just took whichever was,
Yeah. What was available?
appropriately left. I'm going to be doing Start Me Up,
Yeah. That's so much fun.
which thank you for putting us as the first song in the second set, because
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a nice
That's a great
comeback after
No,
the break.
yeah, I thought so too. That was well, I was like, there's a couple songs that are just kind of like, hey, let's get going.
Yeah.
I'm
That is
Yeah,
a let's
that's-
get going.
Everybody knows it, and they're
Yeah.
going to just immediately begin to,
That'll refocus them well too.
yes.
Well,
Back.
I mean, in the basement too, we're like herding cats in there. But as soon as that riff starts going, everybody's like, "Okay, here we go."
it was on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's
good.
a great song. It was like, right in the middle of the new wave, and the Stones come out and they're doing the old school. We're still going to be the Rolling Stones.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
The old
People,
wave.
people think it's an older song a lot of times.
Well, they have a new album now, don't they?
I don't know. They might.
I've
they
heard
do.
that
It
it was
doesn't
like
surprise me, yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah. Nah,
I can believe it.
Yeah, they do. They had the this band called the Black Pumas that was opening up for them. Have you ever heard them?
I have heard them.
Yeah, they're really fun. Like
Super
just
talented.
super talented,
Yeah.
big group, lots of soulful,
Love it.
fun. Yeah, no. So the Ragged Company was going to be a big group, lots of people. So you are singing with Crystal Armentrout. That's who you normally sing with.
Now, yes, she
Yeah.
is now my semi-permanent sidekick.
Now, and you still
Good
play
sidekick.
with. Yeah, no,
Thank
Yeah,
you. She
yeah.
melts a guitar.
Oh my God!
like
Yeah,
butter.
I like her facial expression.
Yeah.
She's into it.
Yeah,
She
I think that.
can't deny it. She's into
Yeah.
it.
No, I think that sells me. On
I love
the
it when
artist.
she gets her legs all like kicking and kicking air dirt.
So
you know.
she's definitely an act that you want to see live.
Oh, absolutely.
sure.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the whole experience if you listen to her on Spotify or something like that. You got to see this.
You got to
woman
see it in
live.
person.
Yeah.
She's my sidekick from our acoustic duo, but she's also the lead guitarist in my full band, Standing Room Only.
Standing room.
Who else is in that band?
In Standing Room Only, actually, my dad is the drummer, Bill May.
There's still hope for me.
Dad's doing stuff.
And Billy Kiger, he retired from teaching. He's retired from board of supervisors, et cetera, et cetera. Rob Lovell, he's also a retired teacher at TA and
Do you remember Rob Lovell?
the girls basketball coach.
I'm afraid I don't.
Lots
I
of
remember Bill
state
Kiger.
titles.
Yep.
And me and Crystal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're fun.
Yeah,
We're friends. That's the best part. We're friends.
No, you're having a good time. You play vineyards, you play bars, you play Massanutten, you play. Do you ever travel?
Like, does Burkton count?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I live in
Totally.
Folks Run and it's travel. Yeah.
It is. It's like a whole other state.
Yeah.
And Highland County a little. I mean, we
Yeah.
do
That's
a
travel,
little
too.
bit. We do a
Yeah.
little.
No.
Highland County is a trek.
I mean,
I went there once and I mean,
I'm going to nap on the way.
yeah. I'm going to nap if I'm driving. I don't care.
How can you nap on that drive? Like, I go
It's
over
kinda
the
like-
mountain on 33 and then head
Yeah.
south through West Virginia. That's much easier. 250 is insane.
It's kind of like napping on a scrambler at a carnival,
Yeah.
just
At the
lawn-
sliding
yeah,
from one
the
side of
lawn
the car.
party.
to the
Oh,
other.
right.
So
What we're talking about is the mountain.
We got these mountains here. They're like roller coasters.
What musical? This is total departure. What musical theater do you remember doing in high school that Chris saw you in?
I'm trying to think. Godspell was one.
Yep.
West Side Story.
Oh, wow.
Pippin with you.
Yes,
Hello,
yeah.
Dolly. Yeah.
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 I
So
should
long
also
ago,
say,
but those
it's-
are the four.
The fun part that I meant to mention in the introduction is, so you were between us. So I never went to school with Mike.
Right.
But you got to go to school with him.
2 years
and you
with
got
him,
to go
2 years
one-
with
yeah.
you.
You're so lucky.
Yeah.
I
so
felt like I was
blessed.
just sharing all the love. I was getting all the howdy
No,
love.
I mean, imagine a ninth grader though, looking at you were a senior. So I was like, those doe eyes,
sure.
just like they can't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
They're like,
20 years later, you still can't. You're still afraid to say anything.
oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's all good.
No.
I just think it's I
I
love
think we
innocence.
went on a boat trip too when we were kids.
100%.
Oh, that's right.
Because
My uncle is a hottie shell.
Yeah.
And I think you guys might.
Did we go to Mooma? Was
Yes,
it
That's
Lake
what it
Lake
was.
Moomaw.
Yeah, it was like
Yes.
Yeah, good
Wow.
time.
No, you're not related to Corey Lynn Green, are you?
No, but we have been friends literally since we were like 8.
Wow.
And which is special because she's doing the song Waiting on a Friend. And Crystal and I are doing some backup harmony vocals with her.
That's gonna
Yes.
really
and
be
Yeah,
great.
she and I had a mushy moment. It was like, look at us. We're just waiting on a friend, and we've been friends since we were 8.
That's good. That's a really cool song.
So,
Yeah.
so what you're saying is you're not good enough to be each other's friends. You're waiting on a
Just
different
waiting.
We're just waiting on other friends.
God,
For all
that's-
this
that is
time.
sad.
It's called a placeholder.
All these years
Get used to
later.
it.
Still waiting.
Not even.
So where were you the last 30 years plus?
I really wish I had a friend right now.
I could have
Still
used you.
waiting.
I love you, Corey. Just so you know.
We all do.
Yeah, no,
You have
we all
my
love
full
Corey.
support. So
Hey,
proud
you know
of
what?
her.
So does this town. She actually is.
She's kicking it.
Yeah, she's very
She's-
well supported.
Boom,
Yeah.
off and running with
Yeah.
her folk stuff.
Yeah.
It's a magical thing for
Hey,
her.
now it's funny. So you typically don't write your own music. Is that true?
I, you know, I'd rather sniff a cat's butt.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't write anything anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say anymore. So you
It-
did.
it
You
at
did
one-
write some stuff.
You know, there have been some studies. It may be from all the cat butt sniffing.
You know, I'm going to blame my father on that. When I was a kid, he was, holding the cat like a baby, and he's like, "Just smell it, just smell it. Come
And now
on."
you're in a band with
He's
this
the
man
drummer, right?
He
who
just
brought you so much drama.
He eats it up. He eats it up. He's a big comedian himself. Either way,
So
no, I used to write years and years ago, and it was probably more considered poetry.
Was it like the,
Forensic type.
like the depressive juvenilia, or
Actually,
or was
no,
it
was super creative and
okay? What
maybe
happened? Did
even
you-
ahead
did
of
you-
my time.
Did you find an efficacious medication for depression or something? Because that's how I kind of stopped writing lyrics.
Well, I gave that stuff up a while back.
yeah.
I don't know. Either way,
Huh, but you did write, and then you stopped. Now you're thinking
I
you'd
learned to play the
rather
guitar when I was young, but then
Okay.
I got nails, fake nails, and that was history for guitar.
Gotcha, yeah.
And then I never picked it back up. Obviously, I've never picked it back
I'll
up.
make sure that it's noted that like Kelly has she has a signature voice.
Yep,
It's
right.
powerful. Stage presence is like a 10.
Thank you.
It's actually one of the reasons I think you exude fun, and as somebody who's watching the musicians, man, when the lead player is having fun, it's just contagious.
I consider myself an entertainer
Yay!
rather
Good.
than a singer or musician. I'd rather just be an entertainer.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Actually, I would rather you pull the curtain and you don't see me at all. You just hear me. But
Do
you
you
know.
remember the first song you heard on the radio and got excited about and learned to sing?
No.
Next question, Jay.
I don't remember anything much anymore.
Are you
I don't remember that either.
Have you when did you first start singing?
It was church. I know I was
Okay.
probably around 6 doing a solo.
In the pews or in the
No,
in
doing a
front?
solo in the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird because my church that I was in, which was the Nazarene Church, had a youth talent, and it was all kinds of categories. And I was in a little trio, and each state you had to compete at your district level, and then a regional level, and then a state level. And we're talking all Nazarene Church kids, right? Okay, here's what got crazy.
This isn't like Little
Most
League
of my
baseball.
girlfriends,
This is
Corey would
church.
know that they all got pregnant when we were like 16. Anyway, the point is, I'm kidding. Well, no, I'm not.
Some
but I love these ladies.
Some rules are a little looser than others.
My point is, was in a trio. We won our state several times, and we ended up representing Virginia District up in Massachusetts at the Eastern Nazarene College in Boston. And so I know 3 times we went to Boston and competed from Virginia to Maine with other trios. So there was, we started young.
Yeah, that's amazing.
At least in front of people. That was probably
So
the big help.
I can remember, I believe it was the last when we were doing we did a Laurel Canyon tribute, and one of the nights you were like, I can't make it to practice. I have to go sing the national anthem at a baseball game or something like
Yeah.
that. So you have been singing at the local baseball games, the national anthem?
The Turks still ask me. They're about the only ones left who ask.
Yeah, but this tale I heard is you got to sing the national anthem at an NFL game.
I did. Oohs and ahs, right?
Yeah.
I did. This is
So tell us the tale. How did this happen?
all right. Crazy
That's
story.
football, by the way.
Yeah.
For our 6 listeners.
That's right.
So before I was green, I was Kelly May Brown, and if you do search that on YouTube, this NFL clip will come up. I was dating a fella, and he is not from the area, but he, I guess late in life, changed his career and went back to JMU as an older student in sports medicine. And we lived together, dated for like 2 years. And while he lived with me, he sent off his application to every NFL team. And then 2 replies came back to take him on. And he took the first one, which was for the Detroit Lions. He went and worked all their summer camps and preseason games. So we were dating, and we actually had already planned a certain game for me to. I was already got my tickets to fly up, had my rental car. We had the tickets to the game. He got them for me. But then, literally that week, it was like a Tuesday, and he said he overheard someone and another gentleman talking about, "Hey, you don't have a national anthem singer for this game, And he said, "Well, what would one do?" to audition, and they said, well, they would need to email an MP3. He calls me, he says, hey, how quick can you send me an MP3 of you singing the national anthem a cappella? And I went, it's right here in my back pocket.
Say, can you see me doing that recording right now?
So local WSVA, Mike Schickman, I gave him a call because I used to sing a lot national anthem at Turner Ashby when I was coaching there in the early 2000s. So anyway, I said, Mike, do you have anything in the archives? And he's like,
yeah.
he's like, no, we don't keep stuff like that. He said, but I tell you what, you come down to the radio station tonight, we'll record you and I'll help you email it.
Aw.
Literally, it was like that Tuesday night, I actually ran to my Bible study and I said, girls, I can't stay. I have to go record at the radio station.
But pray for me.
For real. For real. So seriously, that's what happened. He emailed it that night. And then that next day, I got a voicemail on how I missed the call, I don't know. But I did get a voicemail from hi, this is Brian, blah, 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 from the Detroit Lions. We would love to have you come sing the national anthem at the game. We'll get you tickets. And I'm like, I already have my ticket. Thanks. Anything else? So anyway, went up there. I'll tell you, it's funny. It was a preseason in 2008, August of 08. And they were Detroit Lions, bless their hearts. They hardly ever win a game. But they were preseason champions that year, 16-0 until the season began. But what's even funnier is here, the Lions asked me to sing, and my last name is Brown. They're playing the Cleveland Browns, and I wore a brown outfit. I felt very bad about it, but anyway, that's you can see it on YouTube if you.
Did you just sing it
We will
a
put a link.
I did.
In there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I did learn. This is when you see celebrities mess up the national anthem at big games like that. I'll tell you why. The delay on that sound system is horrific.
Yeah.
You have to either pay attention to yourself or listen to your delay. Pick one.
Wow.
So it was most nerve-wracking thing I ever did in my life.
Did you get to practice beforehand?
Yes, that's how I learned the
they're
whole
like, wow.
there's gonna be like a second delay.
So it was like 100,000 people in the stadium?
Actually, on the preseason game, it was only like 46,000 people.
Only 46,000.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I will tell you a funny story, though.
And YouTube, which probably anyone in the world can see that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I'll tell you a
amazing.
funny story now that we're coming clean here. I had a blackout. So as soon as the guy was like, don't do anything until I point at you. I don't care if you hear your name or what. Don't do anything till I point at you.
Wow, all right.
So I am like watching. And now, you guys know the national anthem is hard to sing. It's a big octave. You have to start low enough to hit at the high note. I'm sitting here in my mind going, like, oh my gosh, what note do I start on? So he points at me, and I remember lifting the mic and saying, and then I went, like my mind went blank. I had this little blackout moment. But you know how at the very end, people start to prematurely start clapping and cheering before you're done? I hear this clapping and cheering, and all of a sudden my brain like clicks on, and I was like, where am I in the song? I didn't know if I was at Home of the Brave or Land of the Free. So I ended up singing Land of the Brie.
Land of the Brie.
Wait,
Which is actually northwest France.
Or Wisconsin. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, now that if you go watch it, listen, you'll hear it.
Land of the Brie.
Brie.
You were singing and you blacked out while you were singing.
Yes, had no idea where I was in the song.
I mean, so you lost consciousness while you were singing.
It seems to myself it was, but not according to the recording.
I had that happen as well. So you're the first.
While you were singing the national
No,
anthem?
it was a monologue in a play.
Yeah.
It happens. You muscle memory kicks in, and you just
Well,
go to
that's true.
La La Land.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You're the first person I ever heard say something like that. That's really cool.
I can admit it.
40,000 people.
Yeah, right.
By the way, it was about 12 when I
Y'all,
did it.
welcome to the land of the Brie.
I mean, I would if you were like, do you want a ticket to see the Browns or the Lions or the football, or do you want to go to the land of the Brie? I would choose the Brie.
I'm pretty sure the
sounds like a
nacho
great-
sales went up that day.
It sounds like a great
At the
place.
game.
Where were you
yeah.
before you like were you back in like in a room or something, or were you already in the stadium?
In the stadium, in the stands. As a matter of fact, Detroit Lions play on in the Ford Stadium. Of course, didn't know then. Of course, now I work for Ford, and in my office I have my Detroit Lions Ford Stadium pass and VIP, whatever. I was only allowed on the sidelines just before singing. I had to go back to my seat as soon as I was done. My pass must have expired in like a minute and a half.
So you didn't have that shock of like walking out and seeing the stadium and having to start singing right away.
No.
Yeah.
No. It was a wild
And then they were just like, all right, home of the brie.
Yeah.
Go back to your seat.
Yeah. Go get some nachos.
Did they pay for your drinks or
Nothing.
anything?
Nothing. Although the boyfriend, though, did that year in 2008, he got me a jersey, number 11, signed to Kelly from Roy Williams.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Now, he went on to play for other teams, and now he's not playing. But still, I do have the signed jersey from a player. So
Nice.
That's a good story.
Yeah,
It was fun.
That's a fantastic story. I don't think I ever
Did anything with your life?
well, funny enough,
That's a bingo thing.
You know, well, I black out every Tuesday night right here.
after bingo.
What am I
Anytime
doing?
you're talking.
B49.
What was that? Oh, what?
B1.
I sent the same audition tape into Baltimore Orioles, and they didn't want me. So hey, maybe they're just didn't like that I sang for football. I don't know.
Right.
But it is football season.
Oh, for
So
sure.
if you running a football team and you want a national anthem singer,
And you're listening to this podcast.
reach out. Awesome. Call the number at the bottom of your screen.
The Latvian lasers.
I'll recommend someone else.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about Major League Baseball?
I would do it anyway. I would
Anyway.
really like to do a Redskins game.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Excuse me, Commanders.
Yeah.
Right.
I would love to do something more local, but
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. What's funny, when I heard the tale, I didn't know it was the Lions. I thought it was a Washington game. I was like, dang.
Crazy.
They're a Washington game. But Lions are cool too.
well, just so you know, they did not seek me out initially.
Oh man, who's doing the Turks?
Yeah,
we
but
really need to get her.
to be on the list is good enough, really. That's flattering.
Oh, I know. Well, it's funny too because I remember. So I've been interviewed by Mike Schickman. I think everybody has been interviewed by Mike Schickman.
I have not been interviewed by
You're
Mike
kidding
Schickman.
me.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Actually, I haven't either.
No.
Not
but-
interviewed.
Really?
No, not by Mike Schickman.
Really?
Just Don Womack.
No, just
Yeah,
on.
right.
So, Mike Schickman. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, hey.
If Harry Carey could get me on,
Oh, yes.
then now we're
Hey,
talking.
Kelly.
Hey,
Hey, Kelly, if you could sing that song again and use your quintessential Kelly lyric, home of the brie, would you do it? Would you eat the brie?
I would eat the brie and I'd wash it down with a cold blood water.
Oh, yeah, that's how you gotta take the brie.
Do you smell toast?
Hey, I do.
For real. Can we get that? Yeah. No.
Yeah, that was really good.
Is Mike Schickman still on the SVA?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure. You know what though? I'm not listening to WSB. Me neither. But I'm sure he is.
I hear
though.
He's probably not listening to your podcast.
No. There's no way.
yeah.
There's no way.
I think we need to bring him on.
Yeah, I would love to bring.
Oh,
him.
for sure.
I hear Frank.
Actually,
Consider this
well,
a formal
Frank-
invite, Mike.
No. So Frank Wilt and I had a
There's
conversation.
the top 40 station. They do that teeny bopper music or what?
No.
No,
He did a lot of AM stuff.
Yeah, he talk radio AM too.
Mac Wiseman got his start on WSVA. The country singer from the 40s or 50s, I think.
We all were silent for a quick second.
Mac Wiseman.
He lived in that big
I know
house
where-
on
Wolf Street.
Wolf Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fun fact: our grandmother was on the country radio station, and it was WSVA.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I bet she was with my great uncle Walker May. He was on the AM station back in the day.
Yeah. She was like.
Every Sunday morning.
They had
Yeah.
this like little outfit that she was.
Oh yeah,
on,
she was
and-
she had a
How cool.
she played guitar and then her partner played an accordion.
Yeah.
We need to find pictures.
I know.
Oh, I've got pictures.
You do?
Yeah, but not of anybody except Grandma.
Bummer.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Grandma cut everybody else out of the pictures.
Yeah.
But
Moving on.
what's it's interesting is that we actually have. I don't mean to get sentimental, but we have like later in her life, we did record her singing
yeah,
a couple songs
yeah.
Oh,
at
That's
like
good.
a family gathering,
Priceless.
and they're awesome.
Yeah.
She killed. She could yodel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like
did either of you take on the yodeling?
No.
No.
No?
The yodeling gene skips a couple generations.
Yeah.
Not like twins. I got it.
No. Oliver's grandchildren will be able to yodel.
Yeah, like nobody.
I did pick up the male pattern baldness though. I got that. So thanks, Grandma.
Congratulations. Well, it's all right. At least
We
you
always
got
see
something.
you in a hat.
I got something.
Oh man! All right. So musically, you've had you play music every weekend. Would you say
Just
that?
about, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a full
What do you have a
30 years.
Do you have a favorite venue, or do you have a venue? Actually, I take it back because I don't want you to. Do you have a venue that closed that you wish was still existing?
Yes.
Yeah. What's that?
Stanton, McCormick's.
Oh,
Stanton,
I
the whole town.
the whole
The whole town is closed down.
It was in Stanton. It was in McCormick's, which is, I guess, it was the YMCA. Now I think it's apartments. McCormick's was the spot. And actually, in Harrisonburg, let me just say this. What's it called now? O'Neill's. And before that was Ham's. Before that was Biltmore. Before that was Claiborne.
Claiborne.
Yes, that's
I
right.
sang in front of the fish tank almost weekly.
No, you didn't.
Weekly.
That's amazing.
If anybody remembers
Yeah.
walking in and seeing the big fish tank, you
Yeah.
can see from both sides.
Yes.
Kelly and the Fish Boy. Live this Friday.
No, did you have a band?
My first band I was ever in was a trio called Shake.
Yeah.
Shake stood for Scott, Heather, and Kelly, etc.
Oh.
Scott Stevens, he passed away a couple years ago, and Heather was in a bad accident, and she's been, mentally.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to think of the politically correct term here.
She's been out of commission.
She's totally been out of commission for 12 or 13 years now. So I'm the only one left that's
You're the only one still shaking.
still shaking.
Still shaking.
A tambourine, mind you.
Yeah. So you do play the tambourine.
My right arm is bigger in girth than my left.
That's a tambourine arm.
So we used to play with Ashley
Also
Hunter.
the hiking arm.
And she played the tambourine, and she started wearing a pad on her thigh.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because she would bruise herself as she would beat. She was like,
Amateurs.
Amateur. So you don't hit your leg? You don't hit your leg
I
with the
do.
tambourine?
I do.
She's got a thigh
it's
callus.
the biggest callus you've ever seen.
Nice.
I've named it.
We'll have
I'm kidding.
pictures along with the notes on the.
Next week's guest is Kelly's Callus. It speaks for itself.
Well, I hate to say it, but we have reached our time.
No.
We've gone over our time.
Already?
But that's,
It's so
it's
quick.
It is fast.
Sorry.
So
No, you're golden.
Let's
Yeah,
recap the plug for the.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Kelly and Crystal and you're going to be singing with all the gals as well. There's also Honky Tonk Woman.
Love it.
Yeah.
And our
Dead
full band does
Flowers.
that, so I'm really
Yeah, so I
looking
mean, there's
forward.
a bunch of songs you'll be
Name
singing.
some of the other artists. Who else was
Oh
going to be
my
there?
gosh!
Hot Mamas.
Hot Mamas,
Cheryl
Amateur,
Sue.
Cheryl Sewell
Cheryl Sewell.
with Gypsy Town. That's her band. Amateur Rodeo, which is Julia Catherine.
yeah.
Dad bods.
The Dad Bods, bunch of dudes.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, Crab Action, which is the classic super rock and roll.
Yes, that's
Dr.
right.
Howe.
Dr. Howe, of course.
Scott Murray.
Scott Murray.
Yeah, that's right.
Dan Easley. And you're going to be playing, Dan's going to be playing with Mark Lane.
With the Automatic Sweethearts, with Mark Lane and Scott Lowe, and then the Hot Mamas and Josh Vanna are going to join us.
Oh
as
my
well.
gosh.
Yeah.
Man, that's
we
Christian
start out.
Parrott.
Christian Parrott, absolutely. So the beauty is a bunch of these different musicians. Jay, who are you playing with? Who are you playing? Give me your
Playing
band
with
names.
Bruce Johnson and
Bruce.
You're on there, Bruce.
Love Bruce.
and Sean from the Tuning Fork.
Sean
The sound man.
Waddington.
The sound man will be
Yes.
in my band. So
And shout
Joe
out to the
Delgado?
Tuning Fork. Thank you to them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
John Goldman
Oh, that's fantastic.
and Stan on bass.
That's awesome. So there's 49. 49
Just
different
imagine-
We missed a few.
Yeah.
Just imagine the conversation that had to happen with the brewer there, because the brewer wanted to say, yeah, we'll give the bands free beer.
Yeah.
How many do we need?
Don't worry, team.
Clear him out.
I got it covered.
We got it covered.
We got it covered. We had a good conversation. I really want to thank Restless Moons.
Thank you,
Yeah, I think you
Restless
should.
Moons.
Seriously, yeah, no, you guys, they've been incredible to work with.
Yes.
And thank you, Kelly, for being here.
Thank you so much
absolutely.
for asking me.
Absolutely, this has been fun.
I have 2 lesser cool events to plug.
Oh, they're still cool.
They're
Bring
still
it.
if Okay, so if you don't like the Rolling Stones and you do like improv, we're still doing First Fridays over at Court Square Theater with Rocktown Improv at 7:30. So that show is going to be like an hour long. So if you want to do both, which is what I will be doing, do both. Come to improv and then go to that thing. You will miss Dan Easley. So,
Yeah.
and then
You might not.
you might not. And then Saturday night we have Robert Jospe Quartet at Court Square Theater. It is jazz. Robert Jospe plays drums. We would really like to have people there. Thanks.
Brian Zappa says jazz is not dead.
It just smells funny. Thanks so much to our sponsors, Ruby's Arcade. And thanks once again to Mr. and Mrs. Reginald P. Witherspoon. Whither goeth the spoon, there goes the nation. I'm Dan Easley.
We'll see you next week, kids. Have a good week and a good life. Did I say that?
That's fine. Good night.
So long.
Bingo is Life, a post-bingo Harrisonburg podcast, is brought to you by the Brothers Howdershell and our friends at Ruby's Arcade in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you've enjoyed the show and feel it's worth spreading a little joy in this world, please tell just one person that you like this podcast. Word of mouth, more than any other form of promotion, is how creative works get noticed and sustain themselves. Thank you, Andrew Hickey, for that bit of wisdom, and thank you, listeners, for being part of the fun.